again. Thanks for being here. This morning I wanted to do a practice that focuses on core strength and stability through active twisting postures. So we're not going to need a ton of props. If you want to have blocks under your hands for poses that are in a lunge, for example, you can have that. But I will have you use a strap eventually. We're going to use it to assist a standing pose. We're going to start lying down on the back, and I'm going to have you bend your knees and plant your feet flat on the floor. And you can take your arms out to the sides with the palms facing up toward your ceiling, encouraging the chest and the collarbones to open and the shoulders to sink down into the floor. Good, and you can close your eyes if you like, or just take a fixed gaze. Just take a moment to let your body settle in this shape, letting go of any effort in your legs, if you sense that, or your lower back. Just finding connection with the floor. Take a moment to acknowledge how you're feeling this morning. Noticing any sensations that are present in your body today. And then turn your attention to the breath. Noticing the rise and fall of your abdomen as the breath enters and exits the body. Just begin to make that subtle shift from your natural breath to a more purposeful, conscious breath. Slowing down and deepening your inhalation. Slowing down and deepening your exhalation. Pay attention to, at the end of the exhalation phase, the sensation of your abdominal wall contracting and the belly button drawing all the way in. And that's going to be particularly important in our twisting postures, that the exhalation phase, because of the way it contracts the front side of the core, is really helpful in finding more rotation in a twisting posture. When we're twisting, we want to make sure we're not also shortening and compressing the spine. So on the inhalation phase, pay attention to the sensation of opening, of spaciousness in the side of the ribs and all the way up into the chest. We want to maintain that even in our deepest twists. But there's always the possibility to lengthen the spine further with the inhalation breath. Once you've settled into that rhythm, you float your eyes open. Make sure your feet are just hip width apart and bring them in kind of close to your hips. We're going to begin just by warming up the spine through some moving bridges. On the inhalation phase, you can actually bring your arms down alongside you to start. On the inhalation phase of the breath, you're going to be pressing through the heels, rising up to bridge and taking the arms up over your head, palms facing up. And then on the exhalation phase, you're going to roll your spine and hips down and then lift your shoulders and head as you reach the arms forward beyond your shins. So just a little bit of a sit up. So going back and forth. Inhale, arms overhead as you lift up into bridge. exhale, spine down, lift up and reach the arms forward beyond the shins. A few more. Inhale, rolling up into bridge, arms overhead. Exhale, rolling down, arms reach forward. Last two, inhale, rising up. Exhale, rolling down, reaching forward. Once more, inhale. Exhale, stay in this position so your shoulders and your head are off the ground. Abdominal wall is contracted. From here, reach your right hand farther forward than your left. So you're shortening your right side. Back to center. Now reach your left arm farther forward than the right. Back to center. Let it go. Good. Take your arms out to the sides again in that T position. Take a few deep breaths to help expand your abdomen. Good, and then from here, slide your left leg down onto the mat. Bring your right knee into your chest. Take a moment here to release and lengthen your lower back. And then move your right knee forward so it's in line over your hip joint, so that there's some space between your ribcage and your thigh, and then cross that knee over for a reclined twist. Float your right arm out to the side. And let the inhalation breaths create space in the right side ribs and opening across the chest. And let the exhalation phase of your breath contract your abdominal wall and help to cross this right side of the leg farther down, even if it's a millimeter in your body. And a little later in the practice, we're going to recreate this shape as a standing pose. So just kind of visualize that in your mind already. Your left straight leg is going to be the one that's supporting you when we're doing this as a standing balance. And we're going to be working on holding the right leg in space. So really strengthening the hip flexors, but creating this same exact shape. Good, let's release to the back. Bend both knees, plant the feet on the floor. Make sure your hips are well aligned. And then slide your right leg down on the mat. Bring your left knee to the chest, hugging it close at first to lengthen and release your lower back. And then moving it forward so it's in line over the hip joint, and then cross it over for your twist. Left arm floats out to the side, opening the chest. Inhalations create that space through the left side, and the exhalations fully contract your abdominals, letting the left leg cross over. Good, inhale and come out. Bend both of your knees, planting the feet on the floor. Adjust your hips so they're centered and aligned below your shoulders. Good, and then hug both of your knees to the chest. We're gonna rock up and down the length of the spine in order to come upright. Taking a few of these at your own speed. And give yourself enough momentum on one of them to come up and stay up. And then place the palms down in front of you, step back into table pose. Good. Take a few moments here to find your alignment. Shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Let's tuck the toes under to stretch the arches of the feet a little bit here for our spinal waves. Inhale to lift the tailbone, chest, and chin. Exhale, tuck and round, chin to chest. Again, inhale, arching the back. Exhale, rounding the back. Take a few more of these at your own pace. And the next time you exhale, that can be your last one. Let's come back to a neutral table pose. From here, extend your right leg back in space. You can flex the ankle or point the toes, whatever works for you. Press evenly through both of your hands. Feel your navel draw up and in slightly, and make sure that your right hip joint is facing down toward the floor, that it hasn't opened out to the side. Good, from here, inhale and feel even more length through your spine and your leg. And then exhale, bend the right knee and try and bring the knee up to the outside of your right armpit or shoulder. Inhale, extend the leg back behind you, getting long in the spine. Exhale, right knee to right outer armpit. Once more, inhale, extend and lengthen. Exhale, open the hip, bring the knee up to kiss that outer armpit, and then send your foot forward and step it outside your right hand. Good, come up on your fingertips or blocks. You're in this wide stance, low lunge. Slide your left knee farther down and back so your pelvis gets lower to the floor. If it feels too wide to have your foot off of your mat like mine is, you can wiggle your right foot just onto your mat, but still have both of your hands inside. Good, start to lift your chest a little more like you're trying to feel cobra pose, extending the upper back. Take a few more breaths. Good, and then from here, press down through your front foot, send your hips back in space, lifting the right toes for half split. Just doing your best to straighten this leg and folding your upper body forward and down toward the inside of the thigh. Good, keep strong pressure through your right heel, feeling the kneecap gently lift as your quads activate to help stretch the hamstrings. The next time you inhale, lift your head and chest and come forward again into that lunge position. Good, we're just gonna wiggle the right foot now toward the middle of the mat and take your right hand outside of the foot. So your typical stance for your low lunge. Now you've got one hand on each side of the foot. Drive down through the front foot and the back ankle and toes, and then inhale, rise up, lifting the arms over the shoulders for low crescent lunge. Good, from here, you're going to twist on your next exhalation, rotating your abdomen to the right. Let your right arm come back behind you and your left arm out in front of you, making kind of a T shape here with the arms. Feel your spine get taller on the inhalations and use that abdominal contraction on the exhalations to help you twist more. Good, let's inhale, unwind the twist, face forward, reaching up through both arms. Exhale, hands back to the floor. Good, from here, just shift your hips back and step that front foot out of the lunge and find table pose again. Good, so other side of the body, plant the palms shoulder width apart. You're going to extend your left leg behind you, first keeping the hip facing the floor. We're gonna open it in order to bring the knee to the shoulder, but starting here with square hips. Even pressure through both hands as you really extend the leg back and the crown of the head forward. The next time you exhale, bend your left knee behind you, open the hip and try and touch the outside of your left armpit with the knee. Inhale, extend it back. Exhale, left knee comes to left outer armpit. Inhale, extend it back. Last time, exhale, just kiss the outer armpit, bring the knee up as high as you can, and then start sending your foot forward and step it right outside of your left hand. Come up on the fingertips or blocks and walk your right knee farther back. So wide stance in the low lunge. If it's too wide, you can inch your foot to the edge of your mat. Both arms are still inside. Start to lift your chest, feeling a sense of cobra pose here. Extending the upper back. Good, and then press down through your front foot, send your hips back in space, and try to straighten your left leg, half split pose. Heel is pressing to the floor as the toes lift, and I'm going to gently fold my upper body forward toward the ground to the inside of the left thigh. Good, Good, inhale, lift your head and chest, and then return to that lunge. Good, now take your left hand outside of the left foot and wiggle it to the center so that you're in your typical low lunge stance. Press down through that front foot and the top of the back foot. Inhale, rise up, finding your balance in low crescent lunge. Lengthening up and out of your waist. From here, with an exhalation phase of your breath, twist your abdomen to the left and split the arms open. So your left arm reaches behind you and your right arm reaches in front of you, trying to keep the chest open, shoulders rolling down and back. Good, the next time you inhale, unwind facing forward, both arms reach up. Exhale, release, hands back to the floor. Good, from here, send your hips back. Just take that foot out of the lunge, bringing the knee into table pose again. And then let's plant the palms a little bit ahead of the shoulders. Spread the fingers widely, preparing for down dog. Tuck your back toes under, send the hips to the heels as you engage your arms, and then lift the hips up for downward facing dog. Good, let your head and neck release. Find your rhythm and breath here. From this position, inhale and look forward. Exhale, step your feet up to your hands. Hands to the shins. Inhale, flat back position. Exhale, forward fold, dropping the head. Twice more, inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward bend. Last one, inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold forward. Good, let's rise up to stand. Inhale, open the arms, reach overhead at the top. Exhale, release. We're going to come through 2 rounds of sun salutations to get things moving a little bit more. Standing at the top of the mat, inhale and reach the arms up. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, bend the knees, step to plank. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, slowly lower through chaturanga. Inhale to cobra pose. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, push up to the knees. Exhale, hips to heels as you straighten the arms and then lift up to down dog. Stay here and breathe. One more breath in, look forward. Exhale, step to your hands. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up to stand, reaching over your head. Exhale, release your arms. Second round. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, bend the knees, step to plank. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, slowly lower down. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, push up to the knees. Exhale, hips to heels and lift for downward facing dog. Stay here and breathe. One more breath in, look forward. Exhale, step to your hands. Inhale, flat back position. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up to stand. exhale, release your arms to your sides. Good, all right, so we're gonna take a standing balance. It's gonna feel exactly like the reclined spinal twist that we did lying down on the back. So we're gonna stand on the left foot first, make sure that it's well aligned underneath your knee and hip joint, and feel free to have a wall or a piece of furniture to help your balance. From here, bring your right knee up to your chest. You can clasp the shin to start and hug it close to you, just like we did lying on the back. Feel your low back lengthen as your chest lifts up. Good, and then keep the knee hugging close to you. Raise your arms up and overhead and adjust the height of your thighs so it's no higher than your hip. Good, from here, we're gonna exhale, twist the upper body to the right and send your right arm behind you and your left arm in front of you. Try and keep both palms facing open now to the long edge of your mat. You're rotating from your belly button up the rib cage and chest, creating the same shape as the reclined spinal twist. Good, try and keep your standing leg really straight. You're rooting down through the foot. Inhale, face forward and reach both arms up again. Exhale, step the right foot down and release your arms. Good, other side, standing on the right foot, hip, knee, ankle aren't in line, bring your left knee up to your chest. First, reach forward and hug it close to you like we did on the back, lengthening the spine, lifting the chest. Settle into your breath. Once you feel stable in your balance, let's inhale and reach the arms up and adjust the height of your leg so the thigh is just hip height, so knee and hip alignment. The next time you exhale, you're going to use that abdominal contraction to twist your upper body to the left. The left arm comes behind you, right arm comes out in front of you. Arms make a T shape. You're trying to keep the chest open. Imagine that you're doing this on the back, and we want our shoulders to be in contact with the floor. Good, the next time you inhale, face forward, reach up through both arms. Exhale, step that foot down. Good, both arms are still reaching up. Take a deep breath in Urdhva Hastasana, upward facing mountain. Exhale, bend the knees, sit the hips way back, chair pose. One breath in. Exhale, dive forward over your legs, forward bend. Inhale, flat back position. Exhale, bend your knees, step back to plank pose. Good, take a deep breath in. Exhale, slowly lower down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, release. Inhale, press up to the hands and knees. Exhale, hips to heels, and then up for downward facing dog. Take a few moments to settle into your breath here. And then from this down dog, let's raise the right leg up. Inhale, and then shift forward into three-legged plank. Exhale, bring the right knee up into your chest. Try and touch your nose with your right knee. Inhale, back and up to three-legged dog. Exhale, shift forward to plank. Bring the knee up to your nose. Engage your core. Once more, inhale, lift it up and back. Exhale, shift forward to plank, knee to nose. Really push the floor, almost like you're doing the exhalation of a spinal wave. And then look forward, step the right foot in between your hands. High lunge. Come up on your fingertips or blocks and feel your spine lengthen as the chest moves forward in space. Good, engage your inner thighs. Inhale, rise up, finding balance in high crescent lunge. The back knee is really lifting as you get nice and low in the front knee. Good, the next time you exhale, bring the palms together in front of your heart center. And then again, we're twisting to the right. Rotate from your abdomen. Revolve the rib cage. From here, lean forward and place the left elbow outside of the right knee for a prayer position twist. Press your top hand down against your bottom hand to help lift your rib cage away from the thigh And then revolve further every time you exhale. Keep lifting the back knee. One more breath in. Exhale, release the hands to the floor. From here, step back and up to three-legged dog. And then this time, let's open the right hip, bend that knee for a passive quad and hip flexor stretch. One more breath in. Exhale, release that foot, regular down dog. If you need to take a moment in child's pose or table, feel free to come down. And then we'll be taking that for the other side from our three-legged dog to three-legged plank sequence. So when you're ready, raise your left leg up. Inhale. Exhale, shift forward into plank and bend the left knee and try and touch your nose with it, really hugging it. Inhale, lift up and back. Exhale again, shift forward to plank, bring the knee up into your nose. Once more, inhale, up and back. Exhale, shift forward to plank, knee to nose, hovering for a moment. Then look forward, step that foot in between the hands. Come up on your fingertips, high lunge. Good length in your upper back. Really lift that back knee. And then engage your inner thighs for stability. Inhale, rise up, coming to balance in high crescent lunge. Several breaths here. Feel your waist lengthen on the inhalations and your abdominals contract on the exhalations. Good, exhale the palms together in front of your heart center and then rotate to your left, turning from your belly button. Once you've got as much rotation as you can get, lean forward a little bit and place the right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Press down against your bottom hand so you can lift the rib cage away from the leg a little bit and then find more rotation. Left shoulder blade glides back. Last breath in. Look down, exhale, release the hands to the mat. And then inhale, lift up and back to three-legged dog. Open the left hip this time and bend that knee. Take a few breaths here in this variation. And then exhale, release the foot back to your regular down dog. Good, take a deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth, and then bring the knees to the floor. Come into child's pose. Point the toes, sit back on your heels for a few moments. Let your shoulders and elbows soften. Close your eyes here. Just take a moment to check in and notice how you feel. Good. From here, return to downward facing dog when you're ready. And then go ahead and step forward to your fold at the front of the mat, hanging over the legs. Just take a moment here in your forward bend. Maybe move the head and neck a little bit. Make sure there's no tension there. Just feel your breath move against the front of the thighs. Good. Let's bend the knees a little bit. Like you're about to sit back into chair pose. Let your arms dangle down. Hug your navel in as you roll up through ragdoll, all the way to stand. Once you're upright, roll the shoulders down and back. Stand tall in mountain pose. Feeling your breath energy move throughout the body. Good, all right, from here I'm gonna have you find your straps we're going to take one more standing balancing posture. And so this is another sequence that we often do as a reclined set of poses, our reclined hamstring stretch that we do when we connect the foot using the strap. So we're going to take that here standing, but instead of doing the leg forward and then open out to the side and then crossing over, we're just going to do the forward and crossing over part since we're focusing on the twisting action and the core engagement. So we're going to stand on the left foot first. Feel free to move so you've got something to help your balance if you like. And then bring your right knee up toward your chest and hang the strap down so you can place it around the ball of the foot. And then hold both pieces of your strap in the right hand only, just like we do when we're lying down on the back, as you bring that knee closer to the chest and stand up really tall. Feel your chest lift, your back engage, and when you're ready, press the right foot forward to straighten the leg. Use as much length of the strap as you need to help get rid of any bend in the knee. Feel your left outer hip and glute really working to help hug in and keep you tall. Good, now reach your left hand forward and grab the strap in the left hand only. And then from your navel, start to rotate and then reach your right arm behind you. Same thing we've been doing in all of our twisting postures so far. Feel yourself get longer on the inhalations. And feel yourself really contracting the abdominals on the exhalations to help you twist. Good, exhale, face forward, reach your right hand to the strap as well. Bend the knee, help remove the foot from the strap, and take the right foot to the floor. Good, rock the hips side to side or take any little movement to help release some of that intensity. All right, taking this for the other side. Standing on the right foot, making sure your hip, knee, and ankle are aligned. Bring your left knee up toward you, and then hang the strap down so you can place that around the ball of the foot. Start by holding it in the left hand only with the arm inside the thigh, standing tall. Once you find your balance, press the foot forward to straighten the leg. Tall in the spine, chest is lifting. Outer right hip and glute are squeezing to help stabilize the lower body. Good, now reach your right arm forward. Grab the strap in your right hand only, and then start to twist from your waist, rotating to the left, reaching your left arm back behind you. Good, exhale, face forward. Take the left hand on the strap as well. Bend the knee and remove the foot. Take that foot to the floor. Strap down. Good. Take any little movement here standing that helps you release your hips. All right, we're going to start to take things down toward the floor. You can come back to the top of your mat. Finding mountain pose, nice and tall. Let's inhale and reach the arms up and overhead. Exhale, dive forward over the legs. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, bend your knees, step directly to downward facing dog. Lifting up and back. Good, from here we're going to come into pigeon pose. Raise your right leg up and back. Exhale and shift forward like plank, bringing the knee to the chest like we just did, and then place the knee down in between your hands. Slide your left leg farther back. Come up on your fingertips if you can, and open your right knee to a wider angle if possible before you come down into your fold. Take your time, support your body any way that you need this morning, whether that's with props or whether you're folding all the way down to the floor. Close your eyes once you're here, and just try and let your body release into this shape, letting go of any effort that you don't really need to stay here. And from here, let's come on back up onto the hands, lifting the upper body away from the leg. Tuck your back toes under and start to walk your back knee closer to the front of your mat. And once your shoulders are over the hands, then you can push the floor and step back to down dog. Pedal the legs back and forth a few times here, helping to release the knee on the right side. Good, and then we'll switch from down dog. Raise your left leg up into the air. Exhale, shift forward into a plank and bring the knee up into your chest, and then set the knee in between the hands. Slide your right leg and knee farther back. Open your left knee out to a wider angle if possible before you fold down into your pigeon pose. Take your time getting to the folded version, supporting your body however you need today. And then close your eyes once you've arrived. Let go of any effort that this pose doesn't need. When you're ready to come out of the pose, lift your head and walk your hands back in. Tuck your back toes and walk the back knee closer to the front of your mat. When your shoulders are over your wrists, push the floor and step up and back to down dog. And just pedal the legs back and forth here from side to side. Good. All right, let's bring the knees down to the mat. And you can shift your feet out to one side and sit down. And then bring the legs out in front of you. And let's finish up with some seated postures here. We're going to take a regular seated forward bend. You've got this strap nearby, hopefully still. We'll use it to connect around both feet. So sitting tall with your legs extended out in front of you, toss that strap forward around the balls of your feet. And you can feel free to elevate your hips as well if this is a challenge for you. Hold the strap in both hands with straight arms and pull tightly against it. Use that tension in the strap to help you sit up taller in your spine. Feel your shoulder blades slide down your back toward your hips. Try to bring your body into an L shape. One more deep breath in. As you exhale, gently pull against the strap and start guiding your upper body forward and down. Tuck your chin to your chest. Breathe deeply. And then gather the strap into one hand. Reach the other hand forward. If you meet your feet, then you can hold there. If not, just place the hands farther down along your strap. Just adjust it so you're not pulling so much with the arms the whole time. Good. The next time you inhale, slowly rise up. You can remove the strap. We're done with that again. Let's keep the left leg extended out in front of us. Bend your right knee and draw the foot closer to your hip, hugging the shin and sitting up nice and tall. You've got two options for this seated twist. The right foot can remain here inside of the thigh, or you can cross it over to the outside of the thigh just for a little more stretch in your glute and hip. So let's raise the right arm up and inhale. And then exhale, pull the knee toward you as you twist to the right, rotating and placing that hand down just behind you. Good. Your inhalations help you lift and lengthen the spine. Your exhalations help you rotate as you fully contract the abdominals, feeling the navel draw in. One more breath in. Exhale, unwind. Good. Uncross the right leg and extend it out in front of you. Bend your left knee, drawing the foot in close to your hip. Sit up tall. The foot can stay inside or you can cross it just outside of the thigh here. Good. Raise your left arm up and inhale. Exhale, twist to the left. Rotate and you're putting that hand down behind you. Drawing the bent knee into your body. Inhales, lift and lengthen the spine. Exhales, find twisting action. One more breath in. Exhale, unwind. Good. Release the bent leg. Take your hands behind you and just slide your hips forward a little bit so that when you lie down, your head is on the floor, on your mat and not on the floor. And then slowly curl your spine down to the ground. Good. Once you're on your back, let's bring both of the knees into the chest. Hug your arms around the legs and just rock a little bit side to side. And then rock your knees around in a big circle a few times in each direction, massaging your sacrum and your lower back. Good, and then go ahead and release the legs and let them extend out in front of you. Release your arms down by your sides, getting comfortable for Shavasana, corpse pose. Take your time getting settled. Gently close the eyes when you're ready. Feeling the eyelids get heavy and the muscles in your face soften. Take one last deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. Feel your lower jaw release and let your tongue and throat relax as you allow your natural breath to return to the body here. attention back to your breath. Taking a few deeper breaths here to cue your body that you're about to move. Move in whatever way feels natural to you right now. Eventually bend your knees and roll to one side, curling up into a fetal pose. Just pausing there briefly to check in and notice how you feel right now. With as little effort as possible, make your way up to a cross-legged seat, keeping your eyes closed and your attention on the body and breath. Take a few deep cleansing breaths here as your spine gets tall again. And you can join the palms together in front of your heart, and we'll end by chanting Om one time. Take a deep breath in. Exhale and gently bow your head, acknowledging yourself for making the time and space to practice this morning and expressing gratitude to your body. Thank you for being here. Hope you have a lovely rest of your day and see you again next time. Thank you.